The next product we're going to review today is from Trade Pending called Payments. Not all dealers have fully embraced digital retailing tools. Some manufacturers are mandated, others are letting the dealer decide the best way to merchandise and retail their vehicles. And for dealers who are not ready to bolt up a full fledged end to end digital retailing platform, but want accurate online payments displayed for their customers, well, Trade Pending Payments is another merchandising tool that's been added to their portfolio. Being able to provide accurate payments for lease, finance, or cash offers that includes all incentives, rebates, and special programs that the dealer has is extremely important to establish transparency in automotive retail. So let's take a look at Trade Pending's demo of their payments platform.
Thank you for taking the time to learn about the payment engagement tool. Payments has 4 unique ways that we engage with your website visitors. We have an inventory-specific payment engagement tool, which can be found on both the SRP and then again on the VDP page of each unit. We also have an appointment scheduling feature, as you could see here, which will allow the consumer to schedule an appointment. Now, this tool will also be embedded within the payment calculator as a next step. So think of this as a full ecosystem of tools. We also have a 700 credit integration, which we call Approve, which can pre-qualify the consumer. In addition to that, we have a shop by budget or shop by payment tool, which will allow the consumer to shop the dealer's inventory according to a desired monthly payment or budget. This can be found as a banner. We also have a different entry point here as a bubble. In addition to that, we'll also replace the generic payment calculator on the dealership's website to ensure that we could capture a lead. Now, I'm going to pretend that I'm on a dealer's website and just walk you through it. Go to this Honda. Now here I'm the consumer. I see the price of that car, but I want to know, what's my payment going to be? And we do calculate that payment in about, I would say, 15 seconds. However, it does take me about, I would say, a minute to explain. As a data-first solution, Payments is designed all about providing the best UX. In addition to that, Payments data will show a dramatic increase for the following: trade leads, think used car acquisition, unique visitor capture, and overall lead count. And our approach is vastly different. In fact, every click, every feature and guided step is all designed around maximizing form completion percentage and making sure that consumer is no longer anonymous. Let's get started. So here I click on that calculate your payment call to action, and that vehicle of interest pops up with the VIN, the stock, and then the price. Here, the dealer could add custom offers and incentives. Next, this is optional. We also allow the dealer to add service and protection plans. These could be stackable, and they could also be non-combinable. Next, the dealer could add accessories. These could also be year, make, and model specific, so they'll only populate on certain cars or all of them. Down payment. Next, we do allow the consumer to value their trade. Here we ask, what is the condition of your Camry, whether it's excellent, good, or fair? Now, if you take a look at this box here, we also give the consumer the option to let the dealer know ahead of time what they feel like their trade-in is worth, which is very important. So now the dealership knows ahead of time if they have a certain asking price, and they could have a more educated conversation. We will also show the trade-in report down below, the market report here. Trade and payoff, how much money is left on the loan. Decision makers, so who should be invited to the showroom? whether it's me, maybe I have a co-buyer and there's a second person involved with that purchase. Business or business and guarantor, I'll say that I have a co-buyer. Here we ask 2 questions about creditworthiness, such as bankruptcy and repo. Now we ask, what's your estimated credit score? And we use a sliding scale where the customer self-enters their trade-in, or I'm sorry, their credit score, or we can use 700 credit for a soft pull. Now, when I hit continue, 3 things instantly happen. 1, the dealership receives a lead in their CRM. 2, we send this payment certificate to the customer. And 3, whoever has access to our backend tool will also receive an email lead notification. In addition, this payment certificate will also be located in the dealership's CRM. Here, we're just arming the dealership and the BDC team with as much information about the consumer so they can make that appointment, such as first name, last name, the customer's address, their telephone and email. Any offers or incentives that were added can be found right here. Financing information, down payment. We also allow the customer to edit their down payment. So maybe they want to put down like 4K, and then down below the payments will adjust accordingly. Trade-in details all on one screen. And for ease of use, we also include the trade-in report here. Then down below, I have to say, this is, if there's anything you pay attention to, it's going to be this right here. We do show a payment spread on purpose. This way the dealer can maximize gross. So instead of showing that perfect penny payment, we want the dealership to feel in control. And our default setting is $20. However, we could adjust this to really anything. We also don't show the APR upfront. However, if the dealership wants us to, we absolutely can. But by showing that payment spread, the dealership could now add on F&I products, accessories, and we really give them the chance to, maximize gross here. And as I toggle between the different financing terms, as you could see, the monthly payment above will update accordingly. Next, we can link the dealership's preferred credit application as a next step, or we can use 700 credit approve here. We could also provide the customer an opportunity to schedule a test drive. In addition to that, both of these wordings or call to actions can be adjusted. So we could even have this say, like, click here to schedule an appointment or click here to get pre-qualified. Let's schedule an appointment. This will be inventory specific. So the dealership will see exactly which car that customer is looking at to schedule a test drive on. Date and time. So we will pull the business Google My Hours. So no programming is needed on the dealership's end. We also have options for that appointment. We will always show the showroom visit here. However, we could also enable deliveries. So if the dealership wants to do test drives off-site to maybe the consumer's home or place of business, we could also set a radius as well. But as you can see, when I start typing, we utilize Google Maps here. And we could also showcase virtual appointments. This is for video walkarounds. However, I want to go to the showroom. Next, we take a needs assessment. So this really gives the dealership the opportunity to find out what's most important to their guest. So maybe they're looking at a car with Apple CarPlay, or perhaps they just had a newborn and they really want a car that's safe or comfort. These could also be adjusted or customized to the dealership's liking. And I could also add like special pictures here as well. So now the sales team really knows ahead of time what important features to really cover with that customer upon their appointment. And that's it. So here, the lead again is in the dealership CRM and they have an appointment booked. The date and time can appear here. The consumer can add this to their calendar. And what's nice about this is all of the notes will be pre-populated like so. They could see the consumer's name, the date and time of their appointment, the location, whether it's off-site or at the showroom with the address. We'll also have the address here. So the customer could click it and go, and this will open up in Google Maps, iMaps. Any goals that need to be discussed will also populate here, as well as a VIN in stock. So the dealership could have that car washed and ready for the test drive. Also, we will link the dealership's preferred credit application here, once again, or 700 credit. Last but not least, we have a shop by budget or shop by payment tool, which will invite the consumer to shop the dealership's inventory according to a desired monthly payment or budget. We could also change the wording here to even say, pick your payment. So I'm going to say that my desired monthly payment or budget is $300. On top of that, we also let the customer shop by selling price. Then we simply ask, are you looking for a new car, a pre-owned car? Or if I select undecided, we will then show both new and pre-owned options that do correspond to that budget. Here, we filter down by body style. This way we don't show a minivan if that consumer is looking at a Nissan Altima. Down payment. And then trade. 40% of our leads do include a trade. Trade and payoff. Decision makers. Credit score here. And that's it. So we always require the consumer to enter a valid email before we show them any vehicle options or payment information. Again, they'll see the consumer's contact information, the body style, financing information, trade-in details all on one screen. And then most importantly, we will then show the customer all of the dealership's inventory that corresponds to that $300 a month budget. And what's beautiful about this, as a next step, we could schedule a test drive, get pre-qualified, or if I select view details, we will take the customer back to the VDP page of that specific unit. We could also filter by highest price, best match, make, model, year, and style. That's it.
I hope you can see that Trade Pending's payment platform allows dealers that extra level of personalization and transparency that they need to get consumers to trust, engage, and transact with the dealership. If you have more questions about how their payments platform can help your vehicle merchandising on your website, go to tradepending.com and get a demo.